Hello everyone, this is Orlando from A Collector's Dream. And today I want to talk about the Topps Tiffany Sets. In the junk wax era, Topps printed literally millions and millions of cards of all the years, from the mid-'80s all the way on through. And that's why they call it the junk wax era. But during that time, Topps also produced some limited cards, which were the Topps Tiffany cards. Those you had to buy directly from Topps, and they were all limited, and the sets were all numbered and limited, anywhere from 5,000 to 30,000, depending on the years. So what I want to do today is I want to just show you a little bit of some of the Topps Tiffany cards and talk to you a little bit about them. So first of all, the Tiffany cards offered collectors a more upscale option for many of the sets from the junk wax era. They were produced between 1984 and 1991, and Topps made a relatively limited number of factory sets that came with better production values. Secondary values of the Topps Tiffany cards are much stronger than their regular Topps counterpart because of the quantities that they printed. Topps Tiffany cards are instantly recognizable in person because of their white card stock. And if you look at the regular cards, they were printed with a gray stock, and the Tiffany cards were printed with a white stock. And they also had a glossy finish, giving them a slick feel. The factory sets came in a relatively plain packaging. Most have a solid color box with a gold font and an elegant border. None refer to the name Topps Tiffany. Rather, that was the nickname given to the cards later on. So they don't really say Topps Tiffany on it, but that's what they were. Many of these sets were originally only offered to hobby shop owners and dealers. And as I mentioned earlier, during the late 80s and early 90s, I was a dealer. So I was able to purchase some of these sets directly from Topps. And these cards rose in popularity as professional grading exploded in the 90s because people became aware of the scarcity of the cards. So I want to show you a couple of different cards. First of all, this is the regular 86 Topps Traded Barry Bonds. And these cards, the Tiffany's were made not just the set, but also the traded versions. So this is the Topps Traded Barry Bonds, the regular Barry Bonds that there's millions of them that you see every day. And this is the Tiffany version of the same card. It's very difficult to tell, but in the video, but the Tiffany version has a glossier finish to the card. And you can see that's the Topps Traded Tiffany. And this is the regular card. And if you look at the back, even though this one looks white because it doesn't have the glossy finish, and this one does have the glossy finish, these are much rarer than these. And in the back, the way you can tell, and not all of them were printed in different, in the backs. The earlier ones were pretty much, they look the same on the back. The big difference is, if you notice here, now this is the regular version, right? This is the regular version, the Topps Traded Barry Bonds. You can get millions of these relatively inexpensively. And in the back, in the little corner, it has 2 stars. You can see 2 little stars there. You see that? That shows that this is the regular card. Now the Tiffany version, here's the Tiffany version, doesn't have those 2 little stars. So that's one way of telling the difference between the Tiffany version and the regular version of the card. So you can see that with the no stars, and that has the 2 stars. So this one is the Tiffany version of this is the Barry Bonds, Tiffany Barry Bonds rookie. And this is the regular version. These are some of the other Tiffany's from '86. That's the Bo Jackson. And you can see no stars in this little corner there. This is the Jose Canseco Tiffany version. Again, it's a little glossier. It's hard to see on the video, but they have a much glossier finish than the regular cards. Again, no stars. So that's one way of telling the difference. But really, if you put them side by side, this is a Tom Seaver Tiffany. If you put them side by side with the other cards, and this is the Will Clark Tiffany, '86 Tiffany traded. Now these are the traded cards because I have not graded any of the regular ones. I opened the traded versions of them, so it's just kind of give you an idea what they look like, and I had these graded. So that's the Bo Jackson rookie Topps Tiffany with the other. This is the regular. These are the Tiffany's. These are the Tiffany versions. This is the regular version. So the way they came in the box, and again, they stopped making them in 1991. So I'm going to show you some of the ones that I have here, beginning with the 1989. And the 1989, once they got to '89, they started producing more of them because they became popular. So the '89 Topps Tiffany Baseball. Now this one I did remove the little stamp here, and because I had opened it before and I want to open it to show you. But in the '89 Topps Tiffany, they produced 25,000 of these sets, compared to the regular issues, which of course millions of sets. '89 Topps Traded, they only produced 15,000. So this is what they look like. I don't want to mess it up too much because these are pretty neat cards here, but I want to take some of them out just to show you a little bit what they look like. So these are the 1989 Topps Tiffany cards. You can see they don't have any in the back. They're glossier, shinier, and this is what they look like. This is a complete set of the Topps Tiffany. Just give you a quick look at them so you can see what they look like. I haven't taken these out of the box, I don't think ever. I looked at them, I think, when I first got them. Here's the Barry Bonds here from 1989 Topps Tiffany. So the whole set is in here. And again, these were produced in a much smaller version. There were only, in 1989, there were only 25,000 sets produced. I'll try to keep that in order here. I want to get these out of order. I don't even want to mess up the corners because these are a little bit rarer than the regular versions. So I'm going to put these right back where they came from. So you can see they came in a special box, '89 Topps Baseball Card Set, Collector's Edition. It said Collector's Edition. It didn't say Tiffany on it. There's nowhere that it says Tiffany. They were just named Tiffany later. And they all had a serial number on them. So they were all numbered. See, there's the set number here. And this particular one, the 1989, and again, they had the set and then the traded set. I do have the traded sets also, but I just wanted to pull out some of the regular sets. So the '89 Topps Tiffany, they produced 25,000 of these. Next is the 1988 version of it. And the 1988, also they produced 25,000 of them. And this is what the '88 looks like. I'll open it carefully here because I haven't opened these in a very long time. So this is the 1988 Topps Tiffany set. Again, it just says Collector's Edition on them. But I want to pull some of these out just to kind of give you a look at them. You can see that the backs are different than the regular 88s. So if you look at these, you can see that they're shinier, they have a gloss to them, and they were produced in much lesser quantities than the other ones. So these are the 88 Topps Tiffany. There's some of these cards here so you can see what they look like. There's Keith Hernandez. And it was, you know, the exact same set, but produced in limited quantities, and the backs were more white and glossy compared to the regular cards. So I'll put these back here. Let's see which way they go here. Try to keep them in order. I haven't taken these out in a long time. I think I opened them when I first got them and just put them back in there. So I got all the stars and everything in there. I haven't taken them out, and one day I may get these graded. So, and these came with a little seal on them that said contains one complete set of the collector's edition. So this is the 1988. Again, the 88, they produced 25,000 of them. And then the 1987, for some reason, they produced even more. And this was one of the ones that they produced 30,000. That's the most that they have produced in any of these. Again, the print runs of these are anywhere from 5,000 to 30,000. So this 1987 Tiffany set, or collector's edition, they produced 30,000 of these. Now in 1987, they did not produce a traded version. Actually, no, they did. I'm sorry. They did produce a traded version. And they were all the same print run. The 87 regular set was 30,000, and the Topps traded Tiffany was also 30,000. So one of the rarest ones happens to be the 86. So from 84, which was the first year, they produced 10,000. The 85, they produced 5,000, and the 86, they produced 5,000. From then on, they went, like I said, from 5,000, they became more popular, so they produced 10 and up to 30,000, some of these. So this is the 86 Topps Tiffany. And this is the 86 Topps Tiffany traded. Whoops. Get the 86 Topps Tiffany traded. And this is the 86 Topps Tiffany traded. So I'm not going to open this one up because it's sealed. But just to show you what they would look like is like this. This is the traded version, and this is the regular version. So again, the 86 Tiffany was the lowest print run, and they only produced 5,000 of these. You know, some of the key players here, of course, are Nolan Ryan and a few others in here. So, and again, they came with a number, set number. This is number 4144 of 5,000. Of the 5,000 produced. So again, if you purchase one of these, make sure that the seal is intact. Make sure that you know that it's a sealed case or a sealed set. They all have their serial number on the bottom. See, that's the serial numbers. So I wanted to give you a quick look at the Topps Tiffany sets that were produced in the 80s all the way through 1991. And after that, for some reason, they stopped producing them. So a quick facts about these sets. So if you're looking to buy any of these, they are much more expensive than the regular sets because they were produced in such low quantities. And if you really want to focus on the rarities, The rarest ones are the 85 and the 86. They only produced 5,000 of each one of those. All the other ones, they produced more. Like I said, 30,000 they produced for the 87, 25,000 for the 88. The 89, they also produced 25,000, which is up here, my 89. 1990, the print run, for some reason, is not available. I could not find how many they produced in 1990. And in 1991, again, I couldn't find how many they produced, but I would imagine they produced somewhere between 25 to 30,000. The rarest ones are the original ones that they did, which were the 1985. And the 84, they produced 10,000, the first set, and then 5,000 for the 85 and 5,000 for the 86. So a quick look at the Topps traded Tiffany. If you want to collect some rarer cards from the 1980s, I suggest that you stick with the Tiffany cards. Those are the only ones that have any type of limited production versus the mass-produced junk wax cards of the 80s and 90s. So thank you everyone for looking at my Topps Tiffany sets. And these are the traded cards. And these are the actual sets. So thank you everyone for looking at my videos and liking and subscribing. I really appreciate every one of my subscribers, and I really appreciate you guys commenting and liking my videos. This is Orlando from A Collector's Dream. Thank you very much and have an awesome day.